On June 4th, 2021, 3 Locust Grove police officers in Henry County approached YouTuber Hellcat Infamous, suspecting him of loitering and potential involvement in drug-related activities at a gas station. Is the YouTuber related to any drug-related activity? Let's watch the video further and see what happens.
Showing up with a 54 male, a quick trip, now white Dodge Charger.
Deputy Nicole Colleen Pitts led her colleagues to approach and interrogate the YouTuber about his activities. The other 2 officials made their way to the spot after being called there by the lady officer.
Are you hanging out? Or are you meeting somebody? Are you waiting on somebody? Are you lost?
I live out here.
So, the reason I'm asking, we've been here how long? Probably 20 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah,
I got any gas. You hacked on it and got any food. You parked at a gas pump, and I know the tank's not on the side, it's on the other side, right?
No, I don't even take this stuff.
So what are you doing?
The second officer entered the frame and asked the YouTuber whether he was hanging out with friends or doing something else. Subtly inquiring as to why he was there, the man responded that he resides there in response to the question, where the officer stated that they had a good reason to suspect criminal activity in the area due to its long-standing history of such activity.
Just chilling. I want to go home. I can't sit the parking lot. Because I live out here.
Where you live? You have somebody who's here? Or is it?
Just all the what's the
Acting all confused, the cop asked the guy again, what exactly is he doing at the gas station? Clueless Hellcat asked whether he's doing something wrong while staying up there, as he was just chilling and grabbing something to eat, which is not wrong.
You can make it super difficult, but you do
No,
have to
I'm just wondering why y'all. I've literally been on the phone just talking.
I know.
Go and get your ID.
The YouTuber's identification was requested by the police, and the man complains and asked why she is doing so. The officer then advised the young man not to make matters any more difficult than they already were for themselves. The important thing to note here is, according to the 4th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, a police officer is allowed to stop a suspect on the street and frisk him or her without probable cause to arrest if the officer has a reasonable suspicion that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime, and has a reasonable belief that the person may be armed. Well, in this case, the authorities assert that the YouTuber in question was loitering around the gas station and that the surrounding area was notorious for narcotics trafficking and other forms of criminal activity.
Get your ID, and then while you give us your ID, she can speak with you. But you need to identify yourself, so go and get your ID.
So right now, what it falls under is loitering. Loitering? Yes.
Yes.
Because like if you were like getting gas, waiting on somebody, like if you were doing anything other than just kind of like hanging out, it wouldn't be an issue.
Well, I've been on the phone.
We know.
This area is known for narcotic activity. It's known for criminal activity.
The other officer barged in and asked for the man's ID and said that he is needed to be identified, where the lady officer comes and talks about why he's waiting there so long, as the area is quite popular for narcotics activity, and that's why they're asking for the man's identification. The man claimed he lives out here, where the cop says he believed him but still asked for the ID.
Because, you know, everybody...
I've never been like.
Listen,
I know a lot of detectives.
If you notice the folks that come, they get their gas and they go.
Yeah,
Sure.
So, the state's definition of loitering is doing something not like the norm. Hanging out at the gas pump, not like the norm.
The man gave his ID card for identification. After verifying the YouTuber's ID and discovering no prior criminal records, the officers continued their questioning before ultimately departing without filing any charges. This sequence of events raises questions about the legitimacy of their initial suspicion and the necessity of their prolonged interrogation. The absence of criminal records suggests a lack of reasonable grounds for their continued investigation.
That would add to it, but you didn't, so it makes it look a lot better. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I literally come here all the time. I live here. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's fine,
That's
but you
fine.
can't just if you're not doing any business, if you're not getting gas, you're not
But I
going
was
to get
actually
food.
finna go in there. I just had a phone conversation.
Well, that's cool, but now that we've had this communication, it's what they call dispelling the alarm. Now that we're able to figure out, okay, this guy doesn't have any issues or anything like that.
Now, the lady cop is trying to make the man understand that she came to question due to suspicion, but the man didn't run away after seeing the cop, and that's a green flag that he didn't do anything, to which the man got furious and asked, why would he even run when he's done nothing wrong? To which she replied that it looked better. She was trying to explain why she came in the first place, but her explanation was kind of dumb and baseless. Where the other cop comes in and tried to save the conversation but failed miserably, as the YouTuber claims that he lives nearby and there's nothing wrong with calling on a gas station and talking for a half hour. To which the cop replied that now that we are dispelling the alarm as they had the conversation with the YouTuber and nothing is wrong here.
Then we can be by our merry way. But we never met you a day in our life. I've never met you.
I've never gotten
She's
out.
never met you. He's never met you. So we're just doing our jobs, what we're getting paid to do.
Good. Now, start first week down 2301.
The cops have stated they're merely performing the duties for which they are paid, and the lady cop was talking on her walkie-talkie.
You got to, and then head on home, all right?
Yeah, but
Second
that's
thing,
kind of
you're-
crazy.
Look, it's
Like I've never.
Go look up loitering in the Georgia
No,
code section.
my father's a retired sheriff.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I know, but I've never.
like I said, this area is known for drug transactions. We're gonna make sure none of that's occurring here tonight. So
The lady cop told the YouTuber to get home, where the YouTuber replied and called her crazy, where the male cop jumps into the conversation and told to look up loitering in Georgia, where it turned out that the YouTuber's father is a retired sheriff, to which the male cop said that the area is known for drug transactions and they're just making sure none of that's occurring there.
Well, no, I work for that silver dollar. I've been tracking debts. I don't do no drug activity.
And like he said earlier, the reason we got out with you and asked you and didn't just like immediately throw you in handcuffs was called dispelling the alarm. That's all that happened. So, but do these change? Like, can you make them just one regular color?
I can turn them off with a switch.
Okay, so the blue lights, you can't have blue lights.
The female officer stated there's a party going on in the area and they're concerned that there will be drugs involved. Because of this, they approached the YouTuber and asked him about it. However, the situation is completely different than what the officer stated, as there are many people in the gas station, but the police only had suspicions about the YouTuber, possibly because of his race. And they requested the YouTuber to change the color of his car's light, questioning why the blue color light is on rather than the standard one.
then you definitely should. Then you should definitely understand our job. Then you should. Then you should understand. If you say all these things, and if you're in the profession, you would understand why we're doing our
That's
job.
why I had no problem.
Right. And we
That's
definitely appreciate
random.
the cooperation. No, it's not random. We sat there for a while.
The YouTuber tried to explain his point of view, stating that his father's a retired sheriff and he won't do things like that, to which the cop tried to explain himself, stating that the YouTuber should understand where the police are coming from. And then the cop stated they appreciate the cooperation. The policeman tried to explain they saw a guy coming towards the YouTuber and thought it could be drug-related, that's why they intervened. But the YouTuber replied the car he's driving. The guy complimented the car and nothing else.
Affairs going on. Now we're gonna be about our way. If we thought something nefarious was going on, then we'd be going a whole different direction. You understand? But we have to dispel alarm, make sure nothing nefarious is going on. You understand that?
The officers state that they'll be on their way after conversing with the YouTuber. They explained that if they had suspected any suspicious or illegal activities, their approach would have been different. However, their intention was to dispel any concerns and ensure that no nefarious actions were taking place. They encouraged the YouTuber to familiarize themselves with the relevant code section, specifically mentioning loitering, spelled it out, and recommended looking it up for further information.
Look it up.
Deputy Nicole Pitts, who was one of the cops that was involved in the event, was made to face the consequences of her actions by having her employment with the Locust Grove Police Department terminated. The particular factors that led to her being fired are being kept a secret for time being. During the course of a phone call, Chief of Police Derek Austin verified the accuracy of this information. On March 28, 2022, officers from the Sunrise Police Department were dispatched in response to multiple 911 calls. The calls claimed that Wyatt Jagger, a TikTok user better recognized as Icy Wyatt, had exhibited reckless driving behavior and assaulted another driver with a pistol in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. Subsequent events were recorded by the officers' body cameras.
To get back in the car, stop blocking traffic. You literally was at someone else's car, talked to them banging on their window.
I think they called too.
Yeah, woman in the car. I was like, beating on the window. I was like, come on, man, get back in the car. Go about your day. He goes, oh, fuck you, this and that, I got a gun, all this. I'm like, okay, whatever. He cuts us off right here.
Okay.
Threw the drink at me, so I got out of the truck, obviously. Once I got out, he walks back into his car, he grabs his gun, points it at me.
While the officers were in the process of interviewing the individuals who had reported the incident, Mr. Jagger himself dialed 911 to provide his perspective on the situation. He recounted the events. The officer subsequently acquired Mr. Jagger's contact information and requested a meeting with him.
Like that crazy.
While the officers questioned the alleged victims, Mr. Jagger also called 911 about the situation.
I just pulled over because somebody tried to kill me in the car.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
This truck came up and tried to cut me off. So I pulled over to the next lane, and again, he's trying to swerve into my lane and tries to hit the car. So I stopped the vehicle, and he gets right in front of me. They stopped the car right in front of me, dead stop, so that I almost hit them. And they get out of the car like they're ready to fight. And then I had 4 guys jump out the car and say,
Did they hurt you, sir?
They did not hurt me because I had a gun.
No. Okay, and did you put the gun back in the case, or you still have it in your hand?
I just opened the glove box and I said, do you guys really want to with me right now?
However, Mr. Jagger declined to meet unless he had legal representation present. Eventually, the officers located Mr. Jagger as he was departing from his residence. Approaching the scene with their firearms drawn, they instructed him put the car in park. Mr. Jagger asserted that during his arrest, the officers neglected to inform him of his Miranda rights.
Put the car in park. Let's go. Put it in park. All right. Put both your hands out the window.
Put your hands out the window.
I don't know who I am.
Nope.
Get out of the car. Keep your hands up.
I can't take the seatbelt off.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Do it now. Lay down on the ground.
I know my right.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground, you're gonna get tased. Get on the ground, you're gonna get tased. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Oh.
In his defense, Mr. Jagger argued that the officers were not authorized to seize his phone. He further maintained that they would require video evidence to substantiate his arrest, as he possessed multiple witnesses who would vouch for his version of events. Mr. Jagger's girlfriend, Mazing Usher, who is also recognized by the online alias More Amazing, asserted that Mr. Jagger's action of pistol whipping the other driver was undertaken as an act of self-defense against an imminent attack, given the situation at hand.
Situation that nobody helped him with. I guess he called someone.
He called 911 and then he went all the way back here instead of meeting with us.
Yes, he came home after being attacked by 2 hillbilly crazy people in a truck.
But he pistol whipped them over the top of their head.
Because they attacked him.
On March 31st, 2022, Mr. Jagger posted on Twitter alleging that the Sunrise County Police and Broward County Ambulance had ambushed him in his neighborhood. He claimed they arrived at his house after he had sought help for a road rage incident earlier that day, using force at gunpoint. He also stated he didn't assault a police officer, but that his phone was forcibly taken from him, leading to accusations of battery.
Well, if they got pistol whipped with a gun, then they're victims.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to.
And he's a victim of being attacked while driving. They were speeding in front of him. So you guys not aware of like the whole story?
We heard that there was some kind of a road rage incident that started it, but
I was aware that like multiple people hung up on his call when trying to call for assistance from these crazy drivers.
I called him myself, actually.
Oh yeah, we heard you on the phone trying to like find his home to just like show up. Wonderful.
Well, to talk to him about what happened.
Okay. So I'll just follow you guys and see you there. Thank you.
Mr. Jagger shared TikTok videos about the incident, but his account has been removed since. In an overall assessment of the Sunrise officers' actions, they receive a C+ grade. While some officers acted professionally, others engaged in antagonistic dialogue. Excessive force was used in some instances, causing injuries to Mr. Jagger. The motivations behind some actions seemed retaliatory due to his conduct. The officers also failed to administer Miranda warnings before questioning Mr. Jagger, potentially affecting the admissibility of his statements in court. On the other hand, Mr. Jagger is criticized for his disrespectful behavior during the encounter and for not utilizing his right to remain silent. While video evidence of the alleged altercation is lacking, footage showed Mr. Jagger driving recklessly. Despite his changing statements and delayed 911 calls, there may be some merit to the allegations against him in the road rage incident, given various factors. Now here's the next investigation. On July 16, 2019, Deborah Hamill, a 65-year-old grandmother, was stopped by Officer Massini from the Cashin Police Department. The reason for the stop was a broken taillight on her truck while she was driving in Cashin, Oklahoma. The subsequent exchange between them is recorded by Officer Massini's body camera. After Ms. Hamill declined to exit the vehicle, Officer Massini proceeded to remove her forcefully, resulting in her being thrown to the ground. He then made an attempt to handcuff her. However, Ms. Hamill resisted by refusing to place her hands behind her back and kicking Officer Massini.
How long ago has it been like that?
Probably about 6 months.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had plenty of time to get it fixed.
I've driven it up here a lot.
Live here in town?
No, my name's Hamill. I live out on Highway 74.
Hamill, huh?
Yeah, Hamill, huh?
Related to Hank?
I'm his mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, busted taillight seems to be a pattern with the Hamills.
Well, y'all had a headlight out on one of your cop cars the other night.
We did?
In response, Officer Massini backed away and drew his taser. When Miss Hamill tried to stand up, he discharged the taser, invoking Section 643 of the situation. Miss Hamill was informed that her decision to flee had exacerbated her legal predicament. Subsequently, she faced charges of eluding, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement, and assault and battery on an officer.
Just looking for it.
Can you at least get the light?
They've got lights on them, don't they? They do have lights in them, and they do work.
Well, it's broken.
Yeah, I know it's
So
broken.
if you hit your brake lights, that white bulb's going to blind somebody at night.
Oh, okay. Well, can I put red tape on it? Will that work?
Yeah, but I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
Well, I kind of hate to buy one if I'm going to get the whole bed and it's going to have everything on it.
I got you.
I just don't want to spend the money.
I understand.
And, I don't drive it to Texas. I don't drive it in the city. I go to Guthrie and Kingfisher. I'm going right now to check on cattle.
Okay. Well, I did issue for a defective equipment. It's $80. You have till September 16th.
In this scenario, it is evident that at least one of Miss Hamill's kicks connected with Officer Massini's leg, an action that a court would likely categorize as both an assault and a battery resulting in harm. Following her arrest, Miss Hamill declined medical attention but was taken to the ER for assessment before being sent to jail. Court records reveal that she was charged with assault and battery on a police officer, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement, and operating a vehicle with defective equipment. She pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor charges, with a felony charge dropped as part of a plea deal. Miss Hamill received a 4-year deferred sentence and was fined $50 for each count.
God!
Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
Do you want me
Step
to...
out. 305 dispatch. Got one taken off. See your ass! Get out of the car! 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 Get out of the car!
After her arrest, body camera footage circulated on social media, leading to a city council meeting with over 50 attendees discussing the incident. Some supported the police department, while others protested Miss Hamill's treatment. Miss Hamill's attorney criticized Officer Massini's actions as unnecessary and tormenting, suggesting potential legal actions. Officer Massini was graded a C- for his professional demeanor, but also criticized for using a taser on an elderly woman. While his actions might be legally defensible, it was deemed excessive. Miss Hamill received an F for non-compliance, attempting to flee and resisting arrest. Despite reservations about the taser use, her conduct created a constitutional basis for it. Choosing not to contest the citation resulted in multiple convictions on her record instead of addressing the issue legally. Now let's move on to the next investigation where an officer gets suspended.
Our EMS, taser deployed, one female, custody. Why didn't you just sign the damn ticket?
Because I felt like you would be clear with me, because I have been in town forever with this thing. I went on go through and did a damn thing for her.
Do you realize you just got yourself in a whole lot more trouble?
On the morning of April 19, 2023, Officer Scott Harrell from the Texas City Police Department approached driver Christopher Scholl at a pump within a Buc-ee's gas station. Officer Harrell alleged that Scholl had swiftly maneuvered through parking spaces, prompting a white truck to abruptly brake in order to avert a potential collision. The ensuing exchange between the two was recorded by Officer Harrell's body camera. Officer Harrell remarked that if he had not already exhausted his supply of tickets, he would issue Mr. Shaw a citation for disregarding a traffic control device. This statement was made despite the fact that the reported infraction took place on private property.
The reason why you felt you needed to come to the parking lot like that?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
I didn't think I was doing anything, man.
I mean, you
all
whooped
I
around.
was coming to get gas.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna go back and forth, or are you just gonna?
You asked me a question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not. If anything, I thought I was going even slower than normal.
No, sir.
Because normally people don't even park where you park, and that's the direct path to the gas pump.
You almost hit that car that was turning right there. I was watching, man. As soon
didn't
as you
almost
cut in
hit
front of me
anybody.
like that, I was like
Okay.
looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. So yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path.
On April 19, 2023, Officer Scott Harrell of the Texas City Police Department approached Christopher Scholl at a Buc-ee's gas station, accusing him of driving recklessly through parking spaces, causing another vehicle to brake suddenly. After being cited and released, Scholl obtained body camera footage and posted it on his YouTube channel, which gained traction on other platforms. In response to public backlash, Texas City Police Chief Joe Stanton announced an internal investigation by the Office of Professional Standards into Harrell's conduct with the potential for criminal charges.
Every day when I come through.
okay, look, I'm not gonna write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now. Okay, otherwise you would be receiving a citation.
For what? What did the citation? I'm just curious.
Disregarding traffic control device.
On private property?
Yes.
Okay.
You still can't do that.
Harrell was placed on administrative duties during the inquiry. Scholl's citation was later dismissed, and he revealed plans for civil action against the department through online campaigns. While the surveillance footage remains undisclosed, Scholl's actions were commended for complying with Harrell's orders while respectfully dissenting.
So, I'm not going to write you a ticket.
I hear you, man. I
But
understand.
I don't appreciate the attitude. Two, I get it. You're upset. Nobody likes cops pulling up on them. Nobody likes it. Okay, but you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again," you want to sit here and go back and forth with them.
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you. Man.
You're right. I
I
was working on a
you
report.
can be over here, and I mean, there's people right now running
You want
90
to go to
miles an
jail?
hour on the
You
thing.
want to go to jail?
So
you want to go to jail? You could go to jail for this.
you can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
No.
That is definitely a waste of my time. Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
That's on your part, sir. I haven't been rude to you at all. I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint, get me in trouble. Write me up.
I'm not worried about that.
All right, well, I'll make sure that I'm there all the time. If I see it happen again, then
Okay.
we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'll look that law up on private property too. I don't believe you'd have the authority to do anything here on this parking lot like that.
I could also take you to jail for Class B reckless driving because you did almost hit that car.
The encounter highlighted the complex interplay between free speech rights and lawful arrests. The incident underlined concerns about retaliatory arrests and Supreme Court precedent's impact on individuals seeking justice.
You can do what you want to do, Harold. I can't stop you. If you want to be this way, then that's up to you. I'm trying to be a reasonable
Are you
person.
having a bad day,
I
sir?
think
Is there a reason why you're
No,
acting like
I'm
this?
having a bad day because
have I raised my
you're
voice to
doing
you at
this
all?
to me. I think this whole thing is ridiculous.
What do you specifically think is ridiculous?
That we're even talking about nothing happened, and here we are talking, and you're threatening to take me to jail.
No, I'm
And
just
so I
advising you
shouldn't
that
be getting
it's an
upset.
option. I don't call it a threat, sir.
No,
an
it's a
option.
threat. That is a threat. You're threatening me under color law now to take something on private
Color of
property,
law
which I don't believe you even have the authority to do.
A
But now you
dictionary
want
term, sir.
Okay.
It comes from Black Law's
No, it's
dictionary.
not. It's a Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something that you know is not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
The commentary supported Scholl's decision to legally challenge Harrell's conduct and encouraged him to persist in pursuing a civil lawsuit.
Oh, this is a problem.
How's it a problem?
I feel
How's
like
this
you're
a
going to
problem?
continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people at risk.
So
you
now
don't
we're
feel
going
like you
after
did
people
anything
for
wrong.
something that's possible they may do in the future. So we're playing John Claude Van Damme future cop, and you need to stop me from something I may do in the future. That's now your position.
What is the law designed to do, sir?
Oh, I know you want
Designed to
compliance.
stop people from
I know
doing
you
things
want
that they're not
voluntary
supposed to be
compliance.
doing.
I know you want voluntary compliance.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands on your back.
Wow.
It emphasized the importance of respectful communication and lawful conduct in encounters with law enforcement.